From stealing weed to stealing music. Well, they asked for a buttload for every download. So last year, the Recording Industry Association of America settled with file-sharing program Limewire for $105 million. But the RIAA reportedly was not satisfied, claiming the company behind the app owed them for copyright damages to the tune of $72 trillion. To put that in perspective, that's 72 trillion $1 bills, or Benjamins, as I like to call them.
Nice.
The association gets that number by claiming it deserves $150,000 for each time one of 11,000 songs was shared, aka illegally downloaded. But a federal judge turned down their request, calling it absurd and noting that's more money than the entire music recording industry has made since Edison's invention of the phonograph in 1877. So I bet you're wondering, how's the band Europe dealing with all this? It's good to see those guys are still out on the road making it happen. That's good for them. Hey, Nikki, how much of that $72 trillion would have come out of your pocket?
46 million, I'd say. Yeah. I use LimeWire all the time, and I miss it. You know, I had to buy a Chris Brown song yesterday. You know how I feel about that?
No.
I can't help that it's catchy.
It's
Andy.
not catchy.
Yeah,
no.
I like a couple of his songs.
God.
I did. I bought one yesterday.
Wow,
I'm
catchy,
ashamed.
Bruzy.
This is your last time on the show.
I know.
Hey, Tom, $72 trillion is just shy of the gross national income of every country in the world. That's $76 trillion. Just imagine all that money.
Trying.
No, don't talk. Just imagine.
Okay. Imagine all those Benjamins.
Okay, thank you.
Should I correct you on the Benjamins,
Yes,
or am I
please
falling
do.
into another trap?
You're falling into a trap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez. I call them Washingtons.
Uh-huh.
You know what?
You call them Georges, actually.
Yeah.
If you're going to be correct.
The surprising thing about this story is that it's not surprising. Lawyers are terrible. They actually sat around a table and they said, "Yeah, that's probably, we ought to do this. Yeah, we ought to sue for $72 million." And they were like, "Is it too big of an amount?" No, it's perfect. Let's do it.
But and then the thing is, you always assume you're going to settle for less, so why not ask for some ridiculous amount?
Well, that's the thing. It's not reality anymore. They have these class action suits. I get them in the mail all the time, and
I'm sure you do.
Lawyers are. I mean, we just have to admit that there's an economy, and then there's this other economy of, like, it is cancerous. I mean, it is a good analogy saying that lawyers are a cancer on our society, because we have a real economy of goods and services, and then we have these law firms that are definitely cancerous tumors sucking on the economy. Yeah. It's terrible. They are leeches.
That's not creepy at all, the way what you just did.
Oh, I think it's good. They're like, and they're getting bigger too.
By the way, I don't think those are class action suits you're getting in the mail. I think those are letters from people wondering where their relatives are. Hey, Greg, you never used Limewire or Napster, but by sitting back while everyone else illegally downloaded, aren't you just as guilty?
No, this is the benefit of being what do you call it? I'm not a technophobe. I just don't. I can't do anything. Yeah. I have no technological skills. LimeWire to me sounded like an effervescent drink, caffeinated perhaps. But here's the thing. I hate lawyers as much as you do, and I hate you too. Here's the thing. You need to do this because there's no such thing as a free lunch or a free song. Every time something is free, somebody loses a job. I'll use Red Eye as an example. We used to have Red Eye all the time on YouTube. And we thought it was great because people would find out about the show. Oh, that you'll get free publicity if they go on YouTube and they look for it. What we weren't aware of is that affects our ratings. And when we stopped having our stuff on YouTube, like full parts of the show, our ratings went up. That's how it works. That's why bands should sue. That's why Metallica did it. It's so the more money you make, the more people you can hire.
But there is a counter argument to that, which some bands use and make some stuff available free, is that if people get exposed to your stuff for free, that will then lead them to like what you were saying. If someone watches a YouTube clip of a show and they like it, then it's, oh, I'm going to tune in and watch the whole show. But the thing is, it's got to be the choice of the artist to do that. That's the thing. Yeah, and I think it's wrong to paint any band as greedy because they're doing this, because in the long run, they're going to help out any young band. You talk to any young bands right now, nobody's buying their records. The people that we have on Red Eye, they don't know what to do these days except tour, which is good. Yeah.
Greg,
I got to do this like you do. I got to learn how to do that.
Wait a minute. Greg's point is so good, I changed my opinion.
I love that.
All right, Tom, nobody cares. Bill,
That's a good point.
Bill, how much music did you illegally download? And I will remind you, as this is a TV show on at 3 a.m., that you are under oath.
put it this way. I just want them to keep going after the prostitute rather than the Johns. Not that I've ever heard of Limewire, nor have I ever even, I was aware that it existed.
Yeah.
I would also say that Greg is wrong. You can have a free lunch. I do it every day in the green room.
That is true.
And the only victim
it's not free for us because we have to endure you in there.
The only victim in that crime, person who also steps on punchlines, is my thighs.
Your thighs?
Yeah, that is true.
Wow, sorry I stepped on that one.
Yeah, you really killed it. With the proper timing, that would have killed.
Yes, it would have. I apologize.
Hey, Tom, here's my question, though. Limewire is just an app that allows other people to share files with each other. Why should its developers have to pay if people used it for illegal purposes?
If their developers should, well, because what Greg said, we can't have people downloading things for free. The ratings will go down.
But the people who put out Limewire, the app, aren't the ones that are downloading the songs. Why shouldn't it go after the people? One thing,
look, the 72 trillion is absurd, but they should shut them down. They shut down Napster, that was good, and they apparently shut down these guys. That's good as well.
I'm not so sure it's good.
The amazing thing that kills me on Napster is that guy still made. He's got to be worth billions,
He's
right?
fine, yeah.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
And then he was in the Social Network, the movie, right?
Well, an actor played him.
I can't understand the way this works.
The documentary.
Hey, Nikki, here's my thing, though. This is sort of one of those cases where it's hard to root for anyone. Artists lose sales when people illegally file share, but the RIAA, they're thugs. Like, they go after grandma, and they ask for $72 trillion. It's hard to root for them.
Yeah, I mean, that's just such a ridiculous amount. Is that supposed to scare us? Because
I think that's the idea.
Well, it's like when you say to your friend, like, I bet $1 million you can do that, and they expect you to pay that.
Right.
That is essentially the same thing.
If you can't afford to buy a 99-cent song on iTunes, you can't afford to pay $150,000. So what do you care?
Yeah.
Yeah. Greg, quickly, should President Obama be impeached over this?
I don't think that's a question. I think that's a statement.
Yeah, I guess.
You notice that it's gone. I mean, let's face it, 72 trillion. Isn't that what he spends every year on drugs?
Point. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. All right, from limiting damages to limiting pounds. Well, big thighs need not apply, but has a New York-based single site put the big in bigot by hosting a speed dating event for skinny people only? A description of the so-called skinny mini evening reads in part, quote, "We all have relationship deal breakers, and that does not make us shallow. We're just single New Yorkers that know what we want and are attracted to." It goes on. "Guys, no need to worry about meeting a biggie-sized chick downsizing to an 8 like when you're dating online. We'll be checking labels at the door." You know who doesn't check labels at the door? Chipmunks who do handstands.
Jeez. No.
You can't even see the string attached to its tail.
Yeah, something is going wrong there.
It might be a mental disorder, actually. Probably shouldn't even make fun of it.
Yeah.
Tom, as a noted sizist, I'm assuming you think this kind of thing is just great, right?
You know who I always liked? Delta Burke.
Is that right?
Yes. I always found her very attractive.
Really? She was?
Yes.
But you know, she would be attractive, skinny, or large.
Well,
so everybody says, "Oh, I love plump women," the women they choose are always...
Christina Hendricks, Joan from Mad Men. She has like a gorgeous face.
Yeah.
She could be any size. And
exactly.
And then there's always the phrase, she's a handsome woman.
Yes.
There's always that phrase, too. Yeah.
But I think that these women should relax. I feel like it's a... are any women complaining? These women I'm trying to relax?
For purposes of this show, yes, there are a lot of
people who complain about this. The guys will be back. These guys who have the skinny... Men like variety. I'll say that from experience. And so they're going to be on this skinny website. They'll date 3 or 4 skinny girls. Then they'll go back to the fatties because they will like them. They like a little substance.
Is that when you choose your victims, you tend to range all over the place?
Well, no matter what I'm doing, I like a bit of variety.
We'll leave it at that. Greg, is this nothing more than similar body types enjoying each other's company? I mean, you're on elveslookingforlove.org.
Yes, and you know what? I have found love many times there, and I'm not ashamed to say it. And by the way, it's speed dating. So if in the essence of speed dating, you want to save time if you are inclined to like a certain type of person. Well, that saves time. And it doesn't just save your time, it saves their time as well, because you don't want to have them come in and you go, "Sorry, you're not my size." But here's the thing. What is the purpose of speed dating? There only has one purpose: as a plot point in reality shows.
Right.
That's the only time I see speed.
And rom-coms.
And rom-coms are like, "Oh, hey, we don't know what to do with the mob wife. Speed dating." Yeah. And then she walks in, they have all the cameras going
Are
in.
they real?
They're not real. It's stupid.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as speed dating.
All right, quickly, Nikki, this company hosts all kinds of different themed speed dating events. They have one for tall people. There's one for non-practicing Jews. So what's wrong with this one? Is it just...
Yeah, I mean, let these people have each other. If a guy is that, I mean, it's not shallow. I mean, I get it. Guys like skinny chicks or whatever. But size 10, that's not even that big. Yeah. And they're checking at the door. They're checking tags at the door.
That's all you got to do is change the tag.
Oh, yeah, just wear a tight, really tight dress.
There you go.
Tags vary. We all know that.
Yep.
When, we're shopping for bargains.
I had 3 removed.
Bill, as a pansexual dilettante, you probably go to all of these different events no matter what the qualifications are.
I speed date. But in my case, I just put the amphetamines in both mine and the girl's glass, and then we talk the night away, often for weeks. Sure. And I'll never remember her name. Yeah. I should trademark that, speed dating. That's a drug-related reality show.
All right. Quickly, Greg, should Obama be impeached over this?
Again, I'm assuming between this story and the previous one, he already was.
Not yet, sadly.
Oh, really? You know what? Yeah. I may have to move to someplace outside of this country.
All right. Godspeed, my young friend. Coming up. What's the best way to get rid of a body? Tom Shalhoub discusses his new book. You know what? After all these years, part of me wants to get caught. But first, why is a West Hollywood gay bar banning bachelorette parties? We report you take your inappropriately shaped candy elsewhere. You're watching Red Eye on FNC, so stick around.